Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to talk about and unpack the Red in the Tooth and Claw event that's actually coming up in just a couple of days. But in today's video, we're going to be breaking down how free-to-play friendly this event is going to be and why you may be interested in building this up, because it is actually just in a couple of days here. But you can see here, even with the screen, the reason why this is such an important event, guys, is because this is actually the precursor here to Old Man Logan and the legendary event that's going to be coming up for him. So if you guys missed the blog post previously, I think it was last week, detailing the breakdown of the legendary event, but as well as actually requiring both out of time and Cabal characters at certain set star levels if you want to be partaking in higher difficulties. Now, if you know you're going to be quite a long ways from making sure you hit that minimum, I believe in order to escalate to difficulty 11 and beyond, you do need to have 5 stars and then respectively 6 stars and 7 stars and beyond as you go higher and higher in difficulty. So for folks that are very, very far away, this event may not be worthwhile for you to partake in because it may not make a difference at all. If you guys have your roster, the majority of them at 4 stars, and you just need that extra boost here of character shards, well, this could be the opportunity to do that, because this is specifically tied back to both Out of Time and Cabal. But more importantly, guys, it's also hopefully going to feature Black Knight, and an absolute meta changer in a character as well as the game. The fact that he can directly counter Super Scroll in the arena meta, and honestly just usable in all game modes. I definitely still would recommend partaking in this event, because you'll have a chance here not just to unlock Black Knight, but to boost him even higher in the stars. And even if you can't partake in the higher difficulties, that's okay. You're getting some really good quality in a character like Black Knight or the other meta tunes such as Cabal, where they're very, very cemented right now in the Crucible meta. So guys, first and foremost, this event, how are you going to be scoring? We're going to be breaking that down right here. It's going to be mainly the collection here of this Age Adamantium ore fragments from campaign nodes. Now, we don't know what that conversion is going to be, so I have made my own assumptions as per usual, just because they haven't given us that clarity, but we're going to be conservative in our analysis as well. In addition to that, if you are partaking in Cosmic Crucible using these Cabal characters, you're also going to be getting bonus points with tied back. So usually it's characters that have 5 stars and above that gets those bonus points, but we'll be breaking that down to see what's feasible. And again, it's just a couple of days, so as you can see, officially May 14th is when this event actually does start. There's also a web milestone that's actually tied back to this event, so it's very, very important to point out, because we haven't had an event like this in quite some time, which is the usage of power cores to advance through the event milestone. So let me just show you real quick here. It's not a crazy amount by any means, but it's important. This is going to add close to 42,000 points in both the actual milestone points and adamantium ore fragments. The adamantium ore fragments we're going to give you the additional shards here for both Cabal and Out of Time. So obviously, the more fragments, the more chances to drop a good drop, and that's going to give you some shards, right? But you can see here, it's a 1-to-1 conversion here, and it is only a 6-day event, guys. So 1,500 power cores over 6 days is going to get you this completed, which is actually roughly 250 per day. Give or take a little bit more than that, it's going to get you close to there. I think there's going to be that odd day where you have to spend 300 cores, but honestly, it's not a crazy amount. So if you guys are watching this beforehand right now would be a great time to save on those power cores, preserve for this event, because like I said, I do think that these orbs are going to be worth it, because it has a character like Black Knight. Some of the Cabal members are very, very powerful, and they're just going to be, they're currently in the meta, so they're not going to be leaving us anytime soon. There's going to be value to be had. And we also know with Cabal, there's going to be a Pocket Dimensions that's actually tied back to that shortly after this event. So actually, I think it's in the same week, so you'll be getting extra value if you can boost up your Cabal characters from this as well. Now, this is the main event chart that they've detailed here. So it's a little different from the past charts that we've seen, because this one doesn't actually feature any kind of character. And I noticed that they didn't color code it as they normally would. Like typically they, put some of the featured monthly items here on the far right, but they kind of changed up the order, as you can see. So let me just kind of showcase for you where we want to be looking at, and then how free-to-play friendly this is going to be once we break it down in my scoring table. So you can see everything in orange is essentially what's tied back to the monthly. And there's mission supplies there. I think there's like a code, a coloring issue there. That should have been the mission supplies, not the silver promotion being colored. There's some gold to be had there. Armory 16, 17, L4 training mats and so forth. But the big milestone you want to be aiming for as a minimum, if you guys are going to be partaking and min-maxing this event, is I firmly believe will be milestone 13. 57,000 points. It's going to give you the 125 L4 training mats, but also reward the mercenary contract, which adds a sizable boost to the monthly event milestone. So that's pretty big and it's pretty meaningful. I also want to point out as well, if you guys are able to go a little higher, obviously you can take a look here at the 1 million gold that's located on milestone 14. There's some elite 7 credits, which isn't that attractive anymore. Going beyond that, there are some nice augmented teal gear that you can obviously utilize, and then armory 16, 17, which is nothing at all. You won't be touching the crimson gear, guys. If you're watching my videos, you're likely free to play like myself, or maybe a light spender. And these milestones down here, let's see here, milestone 17 all the way to 20, they're reserved for whales and krakens, and maybe the engaged dolphins can reach it, but it's not going to be for us, guys. So now if I scroll down and show you the scoring table here, essentially the majority of the points is going to be coming from earning the age adamantium ore fragments from farming campaign. Again, we don't know what that conversion is going to be just yet, but what I do really like and appreciate about this event now is that they actually did include Namor for the bonus points. So most folks, if you guys have been in the game for at least 2-3 years plus, you likely will already have Namor at 7 yellow stars. He's going to be giving you a nice generous boost here, as you can see, right? So if you have him at 7 already, that's a nice bonus there. Leader and Iron Patriot, most folks likely won't have them already at 5 stars. That's unless you guys have used offers or paid for them directly. So now that we kind of broken down, what all the point totals are going to be coming from, this is the scoring table of what's going to be free to play friendly, in my honest opinion. So once again, just to recap, Red in the Tooth and Claw is 6 days, right? I've decided to use the conversion ratio of 4 points per energy. That seems to be the most common one they've done. The recent Penny Parker event is also this, and in the past campaign energy, 4 to 6 is typically the average. So I'm using the lower point here of my scaling. I'm also using an assumption here of 100 cores per day, which equates to about 860 energy, and that's going to give you close to 20,000 points free to play from just farming campaign. So not too bad as I start here. When you're using Cosmic Crucible attempts here with Cabal, you're going to be getting 3,000 points total, because that's all 3 characters at just participation. And then finally, this is what I was saying earlier, with Namor being 7 stars already, he's going to give us a whopping 11,000 points. Quite sizable, guys. And then last but not least, the web milestone I showed earlier, actually giving us 42,000 points. Pretty massive, more than 50% here of the point total. So that's why, guys, the most important message and takeaway from this, if you guys are interested in this event, make sure you save your power cores, because you need at least 1,500 cores to get that 42,000, and that's going to net you a total here of 76,640 points, which, if we're recapping what I discussed earlier, it's going to clear that milestone 13 for the 57,000 points of the mercenary contract, adding to the monthly event. And lastly, it's also going to net you 27 gamma unique pieces and the 1 million gold located at milestone 14, 73,000. I think this is a good balance of points, because this is going to give us at least, I think close to 15 to 20 orbs, raw orbs of actually unlocking character shards here for both Out of Time and Cabal. If you guys are interested in getting more, obviously you can core more for campaign energy and continue farming, but this is going to get us a nice head start here for the character shards. Hopefully they're generous. We don't know what that's going to be detailed yet, but at the end of the day, we usually expect them to have a 2 to 3 shard per drop, and we don't know what the left, center, and right pillars are just yet, but they know that most folks need these to actually elevate them to the difficulty 11 and beyond. So hopefully it's generous and we can actually take advantage. If not, this is still a great way to top up, and again, those Black Knight shards are going to be very, very pivotal. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know anything in the comments below. I hope they're generous in the reward payout, and hopefully my math checks out as well, because this is a pretty good event overall. It's more so whether or not you want to partake and how interested you are in Old Man Logan's legendary event. So thank you for your time as always, you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.